Have you ever had an experience in the past which it seems like the memory of that is still holding some kind of power over you? Sometimes if an event happens to us and we've kind of moved on from it, but it's not really been resolved, it can hold an emotional charge. So even if we think about that event, it's almost like it's happening to us, like the emotions of that time are present, making it difficult to think about what happened or think it through or resolve the thoughts around it. In fact, the memories sometimes hold as much emotional charge as the present, or even more so. So for example, if you had a bad experience in a certain place, it might be difficult to go back to that place because the place seems to hold the emotional charge of that memory. Some people find it useful to actually go back to that place, revisit it, and kind of make peace with the actual place itself. But if it's more of a thought in your mind, or if it's something that you can't go back to because it's not related to a place, there is a way to revisit that memory in your mind, and you can literally, with your imagination, change the memory or the emotional charge or the thoughts associated with it. So for example, if you had a bad experience as a child and now you're an adult, you could, in your mind, revisit that event as an adult and almost visualize seeing yourself as a child and imagine what you would say, what would you do in that situation. So if you entered that situation and saw yourself as a child in that situation, which still holds emotional charge for you, what would you do as an adult? Would you take yourself by the hand and lead yourself away, take yourself to a place of safety? Who else would be present in that situation? What would you say to them? What would that younger version of yourself want to say? You can kind of go into that in your imagination and imagine the conversations that would take place and how you would take charge of that situation. Whereas maybe if you were a child or you were feeling vulnerable, you weren't able to do that at the time. Because what can happen as well is that we can end up carrying the emotion which should belong to another person. So if we were shamed in a certain situation, it shouldn't be us carrying that shame, it should be the person that put us in that situation. And we can actually imagine ourselves giving that emotion back to be free from it. So this is a way to release emotional charge from a memory by going back to the situation in your imagination and acting in a different way, because now you have the knowledge that you didn't have at the time. You have the authority that you didn't have at the time, and the strength of mind, or even just experience and age, being older, having that ability to stand up to other adults, stand up for yourself, know what's right and wrong, wanting to make peace with the situation.